The Ariann family drama. Fleur travels through the green and lush forest of the woods of Olympus, just past the border of Evergreen City. She doesn't know where her wayward wife has gone off to, but she has a hunch. When Sera needs to get away to think, she usually goes to the same place. That place is in the Corsica Islands, and they're presently in Olympus. But Fleur believes there's someplace similar nearby. The strong and heavy scent of pine and cedar permeate the air, with a sort of sweet aroma as well.
Indeed, she's got to be there.
She eventually emerges in a clearing full of blossoming large flowers, both red and purple, draclins. A type of flower and weed present only in Olympus, highly prized for its medicinal uses, as well as its sweet scent. She looks up at the trees, and sure enough, there she is, laying back on the bough of a branch.
Going to make me come up there after you, love.
No one asked you to come out here after me. Just leave me alone. I need to think.
About Aerinel?
Why? You go talk to her again? Did she threaten you? Her knuckles whiten on the grip of her bow.
Love, I really think you need to talk to her. Talk this out. And no, she hasn't threatened me. For your information, she actually seems quite protective of me.
Sounds about right. Growing up, she was always protective of Kairi. Just who she's always been. It's just... you wouldn't understand.
Try me. I can be a lot more understanding than you give me credit for. It's kind of my job, you know.
A wind gusts through the clearing, carrying draclin petals and their sweet aroma along with its currents as Sera sits there in silence. Finally, a moment later, she leaps down from the branch.
Sera, seriously, you'll break a bone one of these days doing that.
It's all in how you stick the landing, love. I suppose things haven't always been this way between us. It was at her coming of age, her maturity test, when things really changed. We used to be thick as thieves way back when, the three of us. You know, Kairi and I were distant for a while too. That all comes down to the family secret. I wanted nothing to do with it, but Kairi, being the oldest, it fell to her. Then Father tried to arrange a wedding to marry me off to some nobleman, and that's when I left Olympus. Around that time, they had a huge falling out. Aerinel and Kairi, I don't really know what it was all about, and I suppose I never thought to ask. What I do know is Aerinel tried to kill her. After that, Kairi was cold and distant with me, and I don't know, I guess I kind of blamed Aerinel for that.
And you really don't know what the fight was about?
After all these years, still don't.
Sera, I suggest that you ask Aerinel for her side of the story. You've only heard whatever Kairi has told you, which you already know isn't even the whole story. Love, from what I got from her, I think you might have it all wrong. She blames herself for how things are, and she told me you would blame her for Kairi's death, even though that is not the case at all, but I know you don't truly believe she was at all culpable in that, do you?
I suppose not. It was the undead who killed her. Aerinel was nowhere near. Even if she is a necromancer, I can't blame her for that. She leans down and picks one of the draclins. She breathes in the sweet scent, and then turns and hands it to Fleur before she sighs. I guess you're right. I do owe her that much. You hear her side of it.
Give her a chance. After all, she is family. Then, after that, perhaps you can introduce me to my father-in-law.
Don't push your luck. If I do that, he'll probably have us both put to death. Traditional cunt.
Not if we have Aerinel to protect us, and your mother can back us up.
Oh, Fleur, what I wouldn't give to stick it to that old man. But all that would do is likely start a civil war with the families of the wood. It could be so complicated with them. Yet another reason I moved to the islands. Things are simpler there.
If you call the politics I deal with back in the islands simple, I'd beg you to do my job for a day. See how simple you think it is then.
Honey, honestly, I don't have your arse for that.
Excuse me?
Really? Everyone knows how much you flirt in your job. You have a real effect on men.
Sera! Are you accusing me of cheating?
No, not at all. I don't mind it. I trust you. Perhaps you could turn on your charm with the Pharaoh. Could have some better accommodations in Kalrun. And then Sera starts off running as Fleur chases her all the way back to town. Sera walks into the arena where she's heard Aerinel is training for her next match. Her bow is strapped to her back. She wants it close at hand, just in case. But she doesn't want it to go in there with weapons drawn. She really doesn't want it to come to blows. She really does want to talk things out with her. But with Aerinel, she finds Aerinel swinging her giant greatsword at a dummy. Sera cracks a smile. She just could not let go of such a perfect shot, and silently strings her bow. She cranks back the drawstring, taking aim, and then she fires. The arrow flies through the air, practically grazing Aerinel's ear, striking the dummy right in the head. Bullseye. She replaces her bow on her back just before Aerinel turns to look at her.
Still perfect aim after all these years. You never lost your touch. Do I have your wife to blame for this?
I would say you have Fleur to thank for this. It was her idea that I come and have a chat with you. Talk, like old times. Then maybe clear the air. Or it makes some sense when I take the time to listen to her, I suppose.
Why? You blame me for Carrie's death.
Aerinel swings the greatsword and slices the head, the arrow is still in it, off the dummy. Never lost your touch with that thing. Aerinel, I do not blame you for Carrie's death at all. I think maybe you blame yourself. But listen, if anyone is to blame, it's the undead kings. Those liches sent the army that killed her, as well as thousands, maybe millions more. I know that. You know that. Look, I was there. I was at the Battle of Konaset. I watched those things kill her, and I don't recall seeing you anywhere around. Just because you're a necromancer doesn't mean you had anything to do with all that. Liches killed her, not you.
Maybe Rat. Hearing that she was gone, it was a shock. And I guess I'm still processing it.
She slams the greatsword point first into the ground. Her head hung low. Is she crying? I hadn't realized that you hadn't heard. I take it you heard from Fleur? It was 2 years ago. I thought you would have heard in all that time. I'm sorry. Listen, it's not your fault, and I do not blame you for it at all. I do want to ask about your side of the story, though. About the falling out with Kairi. What happened between you? Kairi only told me part of it, but not all of it.
It was stupid, really, in hindsight. She caught me trying to steal a book from the family library. That one your father's so protective of. And we fought, and I tried to kill her, but she was way better with that bow than even you. And good thing, too. All these years later, looking back on it, I realized she was right. And I realized she was only looking out for me. I only wish she were here today so that I could tell her to her face, and that I'm sorry.
It wasn't the family secret. She was only trying to protect Aerinel from herself. I'm sorry too. Aerinel straightens herself up, picks up her sword, and turns to walk out of the arena. As she passes by Sera, she stops and puts a hand on her shoulder.
Keep that wife of yours close. She's a wise one.
She continues out. You have no idea. She walks over to the beheaded dummy. Is that all there is to it? Or is there more? I don't think that's the end of this. There must be something she's not telling me. I have to talk to Fleur. A couple of days pass by, and Sera finally has a chance to sit down with Fleur in the morning, sipping coffee. Fleur has been immensely busy with politics and stumping, and Sera has been busy keeping the fans from trampling over her. Sera breathes in the sweet aroma of the coffee. Good old Quatrican roast. The best there is. She's glad the wilted tree has enough taste to import the good stuff. She takes a sip and swishes it around her tongue for a moment, taking in all the notes. She catches a hit of cherry berries, cherry blossoms, and cocoa.
The coffee is quite good, so what was it you wanted to talk about, love?
It's Aerinel. She told me a lot of the same thing Kairi told me, and that it was over her trying to steal a book from Father's library. Dangerous one if I'm not mistaken. But I'm worried. I have the feeling she's hiding something, and I don't know how to get that out of her.
She does seem quite reserved from my dealings with her. Reminds me a little of Ira, actually, especially if crystals to be believed. You said that she is a necromancer, correct? How about you ask her how she got into the Black Mystic arts and why? It may all be connected between the book, the maturity test, and her delving into the black arts.
So, attack the problem from another angle, like flanking.
Sure, if you want to use combat vernacular, just be sensitive to how she feels. I sense that Aerinel has probably needed someone to talk to about all of it for a long time.
Yeah, you might be right. Particularly with the news of Kairi's passing. She seemed to still be in shock over it all. Thanks, honey. I'll go speak with her again. You'll be alright on your own for a bit?
Of course, Crystal has enough protective detail on me to go to war with Gothica.
Both women laugh as Sera gets up from the table and kisses Fleur. But as she is turning towards the door, she drops her mug, which crashes to the floor and shatters, coffee spilling everywhere. Hi, Father. Fleur looks up and smiles and gets up and immediately walks over to the tall man standing before Sera now. The Gelvarn man has short, cropped black hair with streaks of gray and the same green eyes as Sera, with a sharp, angular nose, dressed formally in a suit. The man stares at Sera, expressionless, for a long time, and barely acknowledges Fleur. Standing next to him is a Gelvarn woman with long brown hair and a smile on her face.
Oh, Muriel, what a wonderful surprise. Hello. And you must be Valen. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
Sera in that moment turns and walks towards the back door and out of the room. Fleur goes to follow her, but Muriel stops her.
Please, allow me to talk to her. You should visit with your father-in-law. Valen, remember what we talked about. Would you like something? Some tea perhaps? Coffee? Perhaps something a little stronger? I must confess I'm not much of a drinker.
So you're an Aurora.
Oh, that old fuel. I heard about that in a book one time and had a good laugh with your daughter over it. If it helps, my family harbors no ill will toward you in the least, and wish you all the best. Most in my family have never even heard of it. I'd never heard of it either until I read about it.
I'll take that drink. How about some wine? Fleur is stoned for a moment, and then smiles.
Certainly. I shall go order. Here, sir. Have a seat.
Valen takes the seat Fleur pulls out for him, and then looks to her with a smile. Fleur is taken aback. Call me Valen, Fleur.
Of course, Valen.
And allow me to give you my apologies, Fleur, for it having taken so long for us to finally meet. I suppose it took me quite some time to come to terms with my daughter's choice of partner, and for that you have my apologies.
No apologies are necessary. I completely understand. I am glad to finally have the opportunity to meet. Let me get those drinks.
And with that, the two have a long, fruitful, and entertaining conversation. Sera is slumped against a wall in the hallway as Muriel comes in. Did you have to bring him here, Mother? And you leave him out there alone with her? Really? Are you trying to ignite a war or something?
No, I'm not. I, on the contrary, am trying to end one. I've spoken with your father extensively about this, about the wonderful woman you married, and Fleur should get to know her father-in-law. Carrie would want us all to end this bitter fighting and just be a family.
Not going to be that easy once he learns who else is here in town.
Whatever would you mean by that, dear?
Mother, Aerinel is here.
And? You haven't tried to kill her, have you?
No, I just walked away. Fleur intervened and tried to talk to her. She's not an assassin anymore, apparently. She's competing in the games. I'm starting to wonder about her side of it all, though. I tried to talk to her.
I'm proud of you, dear. There was once a time when you would have let your anger blind you. Fleur is a good influence on you.
Just then, they both turn their heads toward the door as they hear Fleur laughing. That doesn't sound like arguing.
Well, I did tell your father to be cordial with her.
Father? Cordial? With his daughter's wife? You know how ridiculous that sounds, Mother?
Well, I told him to try at least. Shall we go see?
They both get up and sneak over to the door, opening it slowly as they look out into the main dining room. There, sitting at the table, Sera was just having coffee with Fleur at, is Fleur drinking wine with Velen, and she's smiling. And even more shocking to her, so was her father.
I really did not know what to expect. I thought over the last year that your father had come to accept it. Or at least I hoped he had. Sera, that looks to me like he has accepted it.
Do you really think things will change that easily?
I do not think this has been easy for your father in the least. But one thing has been most hard on him. When he lost one daughter, I believe he began to fear and to realize that his attitude toward you was losing him too. Your father has never been an easy man to get along with, but he loved your sister immensely. However, he loves you just as much. Yes, he can be obstinate and frankly a stubborn son of a bitch. But Carrie's death, I believe, made him really think hard about his attitude, especially his attitude toward you. He knows, Sera, that it is his own fault, that it was him that estranged you from the family. I believe, judging by that, he's ready to change and to have a relationship with his daughter again. Give him a chance.
I don't know if I'm ready to forgive him yet. I'm glad that he isn't arguing or killing my wife in there. Ira, this girl that I know, I think she had a falling out with her mother over much the same thing. I told her that she should give her mother a chance, but now I'm realizing myself why that just isn't that easy. I was looking at it from the perspective of my relationship with Kairi and her sudden passing, and just thinking she has no idea how long she has left with her mother. But it's just not that easy, is it? Especially when he has never told me he was sorry.
How can he if you never give him a chance to? This looks to me like he is ready to accept you. Are you ready to accept him? Are you ready to give him a chance to apologize?
Sera says nothing as she exits the tavern through the back door, leaving Muriel standing there, shaking her head.